In the boundless expanse of heaven and earth, where fate twists like drifting mist, and the strong carve their legends in blood and will, the tale of defiance continues. In the previous chapter, Wang Lin walked the razor's edge between life and death, his path shadowed by powerful enemies and unseen schemes. The echoes of ancient forces stirred, and the balance between cultivation and destruction grew ever more fragile. Each step forward carried the weight of countless grudges, each breath a gamble against destiny itself. Now, as we enter recap Renegade Immortal Chapter 549, Chapter 550, the storm deepens. Hidden intentions begin to surface, and the price of power looms heavier than ever. Will Wang Lin seize control of his fate, or will the tides of karma drag him into the abyss? The winds whisper of upheaval, and the next move may change everything. In the heart of the sprawling army camp, a storm of contempt and suppressed fury simmered beneath the surface. What use is he? A complete waste of space, spat a middle-aged officer, his eyes narrow, brimming with scorn. To him, the newly appointed commander was nothing more than a foreign anomaly unworthy of respect, yet not all shared his blind arrogance. Among the gathered veterans, a white-haired elder clad in jet-black armor spoke with measured calm. You misjudge him, regiment leader's son. There is a cunning in his stillness, an unshakable patience that only the truly calculating possess. His words, though soft, carried a weight that made the younger soldiers pause. Regiment leader son's face twisted into a sneer. Nonsense. You make far too much of a man who does nothing. Despite their heated opinions, no unified judgment emerged, and the tension remained suspended. Sima Yan rubbed his temples, issuing a cautious warning. Do not provoke him. He may remain silent now, but when he chooses to act, we will be ready. Time flowed relentlessly, and Wang Lin spent a full half-month in quiet cultivation, unmoving, as if the camp itself had become a sacred ground for his practice. 13, ever attentive, mirrored his calm and focused presence. But Hu Pao's anger festered like molten steel. Were it not for restraint, he would have unleashed a devastating assault upon the new commander. The soldiers' contempt swelled, yet Wang Lin remained untouched, his focus unwavering. Then came the fateful day. Regiment leader Sun's troops marched past, their formations precise, yet their leader's disdain could not be concealed. As he passed, he spat onto the ground before Wang Lin and jeered, "Trash!" The soldiers around him erupted into laughter, a chorus of derision. Wang Lin's eyes opened, calm and piercing. "Regiment leader Sun, what did you say?" His voice, though measured, carried an unspoken weight that silenced the laughter instantly. Sun blinked, startled. Half a month had passed without a word from the silent figure before him. With forced arrogance, he replied, "I said, you are trash." Yet before the words could fully leave his lips, Wang Lin's eyes turned sharp and cold, a shadow of menace curling at the corners of his mouth. His right hand shot forward like lightning, and an invisible force seized Sun with unyielding strength. Struggling proved futile. No amount of demonic spiritual energy could counter the invisible grip that bound him. Sun's body was dragged forward, unresisting, until Wang Lin's hand clasped around his throat. Blood rushed to his head, fear etching across his face for the first time. Even the mightiest commander in the camp could not hope to resist such power. The soldiers, witnessing their leader's plight, surged forward with battle cries. Wang Lin's gaze turned icy. 13, recite the Sky Demon Country's 8th military law, he commanded. 13's voice rang clear. Those who revolt against their superior, kill. A cold dread suffused Sun's heart. His voice caught in his throat as Wang Lin's strength increased, and with a sickening crack, Sun's neck was crushed. The celestial energy within Wang Lin surged, shattering Sun's cultivation entirely. Even as death claimed him, disbelief lingered in his eyes. Wang Lin inhaled deeply, drawing forth the demonic spiritual essence from Sun's lifeless body into his own. In an instant, the 1,000 soldiers charged, but Wang Lin was ready. He flung Sun's corpse before them, a stark warning. Anger and grief flared within the soldiers' hearts. "Brothers, avenge our regiment leader," one cried, and the rest followed with a roar. Their demonic auras blazing. Wang Lin's eyes narrowed. "Revolting against your superior," he said, and a faint, eerie smile curved his lips. His hand swept to his bag of holding, and with a single motion the celestial sword appeared. A beam of pure energy cleaved the air, slicing through the core formation stage soldiers with terrifying ease. Heads fell, screams echoed, and chaos reigned. From the distance, 9 regiment leaders observed the slaughter, their black-armoured figures moving with grim purpose. Soon, a dust cloud heralded the arrival of 9,000 soldiers, converging on Wang Lin's position. The vortex of energy around him absorbed the demonic essence of the fallen, growing ever more potent. The celestial sword and half-moon blade returned to hover above him, resonating with deadly intent. Half of Sun's original regiment lay shattered in moments. The 9 regiment leaders formed a circle, their eyes locked on Sun's corpse. Killing intent thickened the air, a palpable pressure that could crush the unprepared. 13 and Hu Pao readied themselves, the latter brandishing his soul flag with a predator's glint. Wang Lin remained seated in lotus position, serene amidst the storm. "Are you all going to revolt against your superior?" he asked, his voice calm, unshaken by the deadly tide around him. A chilling realization swept through the regiment leaders. The blood-soaked ground and scattered skulls bore silent testimony to Wang Lin's methodical wrath. They shared glances of unspoken dread, unwilling to challenge the new commander. From the distance came a thunderous roar as Sima Yan approached, like a gale ripping through the camp. He witnessed the carnage, his face darkening with fury. He had sensed the chaos and deployed his steward's secret technique to gauge the situation, arriving precisely when disaster had unfolded. "Lord Commander, no matter your reasons, you have slain Regiment Leader Sun and his soldiers. This I cannot forgive." Wang Lin's expression did not falter. 13. Recite the Sky Demon Country's 13th military law, he instructed. 13's voice rang again. "Those who siege the military camp must retreat in 30 breaths of time. If not, kill. Recite the second law. Using immortal slaying level or above formations for internal affairs without permission must cease in 20 breaths of time, or it is a felony." Sima Yan's frown deepened, the hidden logic revealing itself. Half a month of silence had not been idle. Wang Lin had been waiting, patient, calculating, ensuring that all would fall into disaster when the moment was right. Among the 9 regiment leaders, unease took root. 3 stepped back, the spectre of dread mirrored in each other's eyes. They would not risk entanglement in this commander's storm. Wang Lin closed his eyes, no longer regarding Sima Yan. 13. Begin timing. 13's voice, calm and deliberate, began the count. 13 breaths of time have already passed. 16, 15, 14, 13. The air trembled with anticipation, the camp holding its breath as the legendary tale of wrath, strategy and martial supremacy continued to unfold. In the heart of the army camp, tension coiled like a steel spring, ready to snap. Sima Yan's voice cut through the clamour like a whip, sharp and commanding. "Scatter!" The command was absolute. 9,000 demon soldiers, once a seething horde, scrambled in chaotic retreat. With the siege broken, the intricate formations dissolved as if they had never existed. And then, amidst the aftermath, a pulse of crimson light shattered the stillness at the camp's centre. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, the frail figure of the army's steward emerged. But he was not alone. Behind him appeared an old man, robed in simple linen, his hair rippling as though stirred by an unseen wind. The very air around him trembled, bending in respect or fear. At that instant, Wang Lin's eyes snapped open. His gaze, sharp and penetrating, cut through the remnants of the battlefield, locking onto the old man. The old man's eyes, narrowed and calculating, met Wang Lin's. Time seemed to hesitate. Wang Lin felt a tremor in his heart, yet he steadied himself. He saw it. 4 seals buried deep within the old man's being, quivering under the pressure of his gaze. The old man, too, shivered subtly, his eyes flashing with unspoken shock. One glance from Wang Lin had almost unravelled the intricate bindings within him. The steward stepped forward, only to vanish and reappear mere feet from Wang Lin. The old man mirrored the movement, a silent echo. The steward's skeletal face remained impassive as he took in the carnage surrounding him. "Lord Steward," Sima Yan rushed to speak, voice trembling with urgency, "the commander has slain Regiment Leader Sun without cause and wiped out over 500 of our soldiers. Everyone here bore witness to this." Without a word, Wang Lin flicked his hand. A jade talisman soared through the air, embedding itself before the steward. The steward's eyes darkened as demonic spiritual energy seeped into the jade, images of the battlefield flashing within his mind. The chaos, the death, the truth of Wang Lin's actions, understanding dawned. The steward's prior doubt evaporated, replaced by respect and cautious alliance. Wang Lin had already positioned himself beyond reproach. He offered a faint smile. "Apologies for the disturbance, Commander Wang. I shall report this to the Lord General. Those who revolt deserve no mercy." With a bow and clasped hands, he departed. The old man followed, voice carrying admiration. "Commander Wang, your cultivation. It is truly extraordinary." As they vanished, Sima Yan remained silent, contemplating, until he finally bowed in respect. "I was reckless. I hope the commander will forgive my misjudgment." Around him, other regiment leaders' eyes shimmered with newfound awareness. One stepped forward, humility in every motion. This subordinate, too, was reckless. Soon all voices echoed agreement. The truth was evident. Wang Lin's methods were clear to all who watched. Inactivity masked lethal precision. A single misstep by a lesser commander could repeat the tragedy of Sun's demise. Even Sima Yan, with all his authority, could not rival Wang Lin's cultivation. Compromise, it seemed, was the only path. Wang Lin pressed his hand to the earth. A deep rumble rolled beneath the army camp, like dragons stirring in their ancient slumber. The ground sank slightly, and then, almost impossibly, soil surged upward beneath his feet. Dust clouds twisted, obscuring vision, until a magnificent structure stood in the clearing, a 2-story pagoda born entirely from the earth at Wang Lin's command. "All of you may leave," he declared, turning toward the soldiers. 13 followed swiftly. Hu Pao, heart swollen with vindication after weeks of tension, allowed himself a rare smile as he entered the pagoda. Reverence for Wang Lin deepened with every step. Outside, Sima Yan turned away silently, while the regiment leaders, unspoken agreement passing between them, returned to their posts. From that day onward, the memory of Wang Lin's presence burned indelibly into every soldier's mind. His majesty, earned not through words but through deeds, began to eclipse all others. Far away, in the 3rd Army Camp, Xianxia cultivated in quiet solitude. The moon hung heavy in the sky, a violet sentinel over the demon spirit land. Tonight marked the semi-annual rise of the purple demon, a celestial phenomenon shrouded in mystery, rumoured to connect the heavens and the mortal plane. Her fingers traced the contours of a red compass, her eyes reflecting both hesitation and resolve. "I have tried 3 times," she whispered. "Each time, the path blocked me. Father said I must reach the ascendant stage, and the blood soul pills give me a chance. But now, with this token appearing during the tide phase..." Determination hardened her expression. She crushed a wax pill, a single drop of blue blood emerging, sealed within the symbol of her cultivation. With careful precision, she merged her blood with the air-carved sigil, pain coursing through her as the ritual bound the energies together. When the process ended, the blue drop vanished, leaving only the shimmer of arcane symbols floating in her room. Time moved silently in the army camp. Wang Lin remained sequestered, fusing demonic and celestial energies within his body, approaching the late stage of soul transformation. He rarely appeared before his soldiers, yet his aura, like a mountain looming over the plains, grew ever more imposing, silently outshining Sima Yan. Hu Pao flourished in this new order, building connections and nurturing loyalty, while 13 maintained his stoic watch within the pagoda, devoted solely to Wang Lin. Months later, in the quiet of her chamber, Yao Shichue's ritual reached its climax. The blue drop of blood swirled, encircled by flashing sigils, swelling into a radiant sphere. In moments it condensed into the shape of a woman, radiant, perfect, and breathtaking. Yao Shichue's eyes opened. "I failed again," she murmured, voice tinged with frustration and awe. "But I have advanced. If only there were someone to aid me. Wang Lin." Her gaze hardened, determination blazing anew, as the legend of her journey and the shadow of Wang Lin's majesty continued to unfold across the demon spirit land.